Why are you not happy? Sit with this question. Don't rush past it. Don't distract yourself from it. Because deep down, you already know the answer. You're just afraid to face it. You wake up every day carrying a weight in your chest, a heaviness you cannot explain. You laugh with people, you joke, you smile for the world. But when you are alone, your heart feels tired. Not physically tired, soul tired. You ask yourself, why do I feel like this when my life isn't even that bad? You have food, you have a phone, you have things others pray for. So why does your heart still feel empty? Because happiness does not come from having more. Happiness comes from being connected. And the greatest connection your heart was created for is not being maintained. Allah created the heart with a specific purpose, not to chase the dunya, not to be attached to people, not to depend on outcomes. The heart was created to know Allah, remember Allah, and rely on Allah. That is why Allah says in the Qur'an, verily, in the remembrance of Allah do hearts find rest. Not distraction, not entertainment, not success, rest. And rest is what your heart is missing. Look at how we live today. We wake up anxious. We scroll endlessly. We compare our lives to others. We chase validation, approval, attention. And the more we chase, the emptier we feel. Why? Because you are feeding your mind but starving your soul. You give your time to social media. You give your energy to people. You give your emotions to worries about the future. But how much time do you give to Allah? Be honest. How often do you rush your salah like it's a burden instead of a meeting with your Creator? How often do you make dua only when you are desperate, not when you are grateful? How often does the Qur'an stay closed while your heart stays open to everything else? We say, I don't feel peace, but we abandon the source of peace. We say, my heart feels dead, but we cut it off from revelation. We say, why is Allah testing me? But we don't ask, what is Allah calling me toward? Your unhappiness is not a punishment, it is a message saying you are looking in the wrong direction. Allah never promised this world would make you happy. He promised it would test you. This dunya is not Jannah. It was never meant to be. If comfort alone brought happiness, then the richest people would be the most peaceful. But look around. How many people have everything, yet they are broken inside? And how many people have little, yet their hearts are full of light? The difference is not what they own. The difference is who they rely on. The Prophet ﷺ lived a life filled with trials. He lost loved ones. He was rejected, insulted, harmed. There were days when no fire was lit in his home. Yet his heart was firm. His soul was calm. His trust was unshaken. Why? Because his happiness was never tied to comfort. It was tied to Allah. Your problem is not that life is hard. Your problem is that you are trying to carry life alone. You rely on people who are weak. You trust plans that can fail. You attach your heart to things that can be taken away. And when they fail you, your heart collapses. But Allah never fails. Allah never abandons. Allah never forgets. Allah never breaks His promise. Every tear you cry in silence, Allah sees it. Every pain you hide behind a smile, Allah knows it. Every night you lie awake overthinking, Allah is closer to you than your own thoughts. Allah says, and we are closer to Him than His jugular vein. So how can a heart feel empty when Allah is that close? It feels empty because the heart is turned away. You don't need a new life. You need a new direction. Return to salah, not as a habit, but as a lifeline. Stand before Allah like someone who truly needs Him. Cry if you have to. Speak honestly. Allah already knows. He just wants you to come. Return to dua. Not fancy words, not long speeches. Just say, Ya Allah, my heart is tired. Fix me. Return to the Qur'an, even one verse, even slowly, even with tears. The Qur'an is not just words. It is healing. Allah says, we send down from the Qur'an that which is a healing and mercy for the believers. Healing for hearts like yours. Do not think Allah hates you because you are struggling. If Allah hated you, He would not make you feel this emptiness. This emptiness is proof that your heart still wants him, because the heart that is truly dead does not feel pain. Your sadness is a door. Your tears are a door. Your questions are a door, and Allah is waiting on the other side. Do not delay your return. Do not say, "One day I will change," because hearts harden quietly. Turn back now, because the moment you turn to Allah, even with weak steps, Allah runs toward you with mercy. And slowly, very slowly, peace returns. Not because life becomes perfect, but because your heart becomes anchored. If this reminder is speaking to you, don't ignore it. Stay with this video. Let the words settle in your heart. Like this video so it reaches someone who is silently struggling. Share it, because someone you know needs this reminder. Subscribe and turn on notifications so your heart stays connected to reminders that bring you back to Allah. Remember this: happiness is not found. It is returned to. Return to Allah. Return to faith. Return to the one who never left you. And the heart that returns to Allah will never remain empty again.